The bank branch on the corner of Maple and 12th looked like any other in the city. Gleaming glass doors, polished tile floors, and a hum of quiet conversations floating through the air. Behind the counter, tellers moved with mechanical precision. It was the kind of place that prided itself on order, which made the moment when Amelia West walked in with a $5 million check all the more jarring. The bank manager, Gregory Nolan, sat behind a large oak desk near the center of the lobby. When Amelia approached, he barely glanced up until the number on the check registered in his mind. His brows arched. His lips curled into a faint, patronizing smirk. "Ma'am, I'm going to need to verify this check," he said, voice laced with disbelief. "That's fine," Amelia replied calmly, placing her driver's license and a sealed letter alongside the check. Her hands didn't tremble. Her eyes didn't flinch. She had come prepared. Gregory didn't bother looking at the documents. Around them, customers shifted in their seats. A few glanced over, ears perking at the change in tone. The air shifted, tension thickening. Gregory laughed quietly, then louder. "You expect me to believe this is real?" He turned the check over in his hands like it was a novelty item. Amelia remained still. She had seen this before. Too many times. "Where exactly did you get this?" he asked. "I was told this location handles large deposits," she said, evenly. "Oh, we do," he replied, leaning forward slightly. "Just not from people who walk in off the street with a piece of paper and a story." A nearby mother pulled her child a little closer. Not because of anything Amelia had done, but because the atmosphere had changed. Gregory's words weren't threatening, but they were dismissive. Her clothes were clean, dark jeans, a beige sweater. Her tone professional, but her skin told them a story they thought they already knew. "Is there a problem?" she asked, voice low but steady. "No problem," Gregory said, waving at the check. "Just standard due diligence. Large amounts like this tend to attract scams. You understand." "I do," Amelia said. "Which is why I brought verification and identification. But you haven't looked at either." Gregory stood. "I'll need to contact our corporate office before we can move forward. Stay here." He disappeared into the back. Amelia sat, folding her hands on her lap. She could feel the eyes on her, hear the whispers. None of them spoken aloud, but loud enough in the silence. Minutes passed. Then 10. No one offered her water. No one asked if she needed anything. Even the receptionist avoided her gaze. Eventually, a new man approached. Tall, stiff. His name tag read, Assistant Manager. He didn't sit. "We're going to need more information," he said. "Do you have proof of where this check originated?" "Yes," Amelia replied, already reaching for her folder. "Contract, disbursement letter, and issuing firm contact." He didn't take them. "I'll need to verify these with our fraud team. You understand? We get all kinds in here." "All kinds," Amelia repeated, eyes narrowing. "It's not every day someone walks in with a $5 million check. You mean someone like me?" He hesitated, then gestured subtly to the security guard. "Standard protocol. Just in case." "I'm not here to cause trouble," Amelia said, rising. "I'm here to deposit a check legally, with all documentation. The misunderstanding isn't mine." Someone in line pulled out a phone and began recording quietly. The manager reappeared, holding a clipboard. "Corporate needs 24 hours to verify. You can leave the check here. We'll call you." "I'm not leaving anything here." He smiled like he was being generous. "If it's real, you'll get a call. And if it's not, then we'll know what kind of game this is." Amelia stared at him. Around her, people looked away, but they were listening. "Funny," she said. "When someone who doesn't look like me walks in with money, they get coffee. You call them sir. This isn't about race," Gregory snapped. "Then why haven't you looked at a single document? Why did you call security when I followed your policies?" He opened his mouth. Nothing came out. "I'll be back," Amelia said. "And when I return, be ready." She walked out. Even the guard stepped aside. In her car, hands trembling, she stared at the building. She wasn't trying to calm down. She was trying not to explode. Her name was Dr. Amelia West, former Army trauma surgeon. She'd sewn up the wounded in tents under fire, survived crashes, lost comrades. And none of that mattered now. To them, she was just a black woman with too much money. The check was real. $5 million government settlement for classified service, injuries, PTSD, a career cut short. Years late, but finally paid. And still, they doubted her. She hadn't raised her voice, hadn't played the angry card. She followed the rules. And still they saw a threat. What would her son think? He was 17, brilliant, thoughtful, with her same determined eyes. Would he see her strength or just her pain? She hadn't come just to deposit money. She had come to move forward, buy her first home, fund a community health clinic, build something better. But instead, she got Gregory Nolan. She wasn't done. She walked back into the bank. This time, the air shifted with her steps. The receptionist avoided her. Gregory's face paled when he saw her. "I'd like to continue my deposit," she said. "Ma'am," he said, almost amused. "As I said, we need to verify. It's a government settlement. Already verified. I have documentation. An attorney's contact. Still, it doesn't make sense, people like me, right?" He didn't answer. The whispers resumed. One person muttered, "Probably fake. Lottery winner." Security entered again. A young guard, hand near his hip. "We're asking you to leave," Gregory said. "You'll get a call." "I'm not leaving. I've done nothing wrong. You're discriminating against me." The guard stepped forward. "Exactly what am I being removed for?" Amelia asked. Silence. "I followed every policy." "So again, what's the reason?" From the side, "They should call the cops. You never know with these types." Her spine stiffened. "I've served in Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria. I've held dying teenagers as mortars exploded. I come home with a legal check, and this is the thanks I get." Gregory stood, unsure now. "There's no need to bring that up. You didn't ask. You assumed I didn't belong. You humiliated me," she said. "Not by accident, but because I didn't fit your mold." "You're making the customers uncomfortable," Gregory said. "You made me uncomfortable the moment I walked in." Then the door opened. A man in a navy suit entered. Calm, crisp, a government badge on his belt. He walked straight to Amelia. "Right on time," she said. "Who is that?" Gregory asked. The man handed Amelia a folder. She opened it and placed it on the desk. Letters from the Department of Defense. Inspector General. Discharge papers. A Treasury letter confirming the $5 million settlement. "I'm Marcus Delaney," he said. "Inspector General's office. We've been monitoring discriminatory practices in federal banking. This branch was flagged. You just violated 2 statutes." Gregory went pale. Customers stopped whispering. One man backed away. "I didn't know who she was," Gregory whispered. "That's the problem," Amelia said. "You assumed. We'll need footage." Employee interviews. "Obstruction is a federal charge," Marcus added. "Would you like me to escort you while we finish the deposit?" He asked Amelia. She nodded. "You wanted proof. Here it is. And I want this on record. This is why people don't trust the system." The teller completed the deposit. "No more jokes. No more questions," Gregory stammered. "I am sorry. It wasn't our intent." "You didn't care about intent," Amelia said. "You cared about expectations. A black woman with money didn't make sense to you. I didn't mean to humiliate you. But you did. Not just me, every woman who walks in here. Every person of color treated like they don't belong." Then the front door opened again. A tall man in uniform entered. NYPD badge. He crossed the room. "Hey, Mom," he said. Amelia smiled. "Hey, baby." He turned to Gregory. "I was on the phone when she walked in. Heard everything. Want to explain why you called security on a decorated veteran?" "I didn't know. That's the problem again," he snapped. "You shouldn't need titles to show respect." "Don't apologize because you're caught," Amelia said. "Apologize because you mean it." Marcus handed Gregory a card. "We'll be in touch. This isn't going away." "This should have been a 5-minute deposit," Amelia said. "Instead, I had to prove I belonged." She took her receipt, nodded at her son, and walked out. No shouting. No insults. Just dignity. Outside, she breathed in deep. Her phone buzzed. Text from Sarah. "I saw what happened. You okay?" Amelia replied. Justice was served. And just like that, the story was no longer just hers. It was a story of truth, strength, and the right to be seen. And as she stepped into the sunlight, She knew the world had changed because she had stood her ground.